I'm sitting here having my coffee. I've been up since just after 5, and I'm just kind of taking everything in that's happening in Great Britain at the moment. I'm at the brink of leaving. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. I keep looking for signs. It's like every time I think I'm heading in a certain direction, to pick a country, I get turned around. I have noticed over the last couple of days while I've been introspective at how many bullets I've dodged. I'm in my own Vietnam, man. I'm um I'm my own Normandy. I have dodged so many bullets. I've been looking back at all the times where I was 100% adamant, determined. Yep, that's him. That's the one. That's the job. That's the. This is the direction. That's the country. This is where I'm headed. This is where I'm going. And then it doesn't happen, and I keep saying to God, like, Father, why? I'm being so patient. I'm such a good girl. This is what I want. This is what I want, Daddy. Why can't I have it? Why isn't it happening? Sort of thing. And then, like, days, months, years later. Well, to be honest, days, months, years later, if you're talking about relationships, things come to light, and it's like, oh, right. Now I understand why Dad wouldn't let me go that way, or why, why that didn't happen. My boys kept saying to me, it's taking so long, nothing's happening. And I keep saying it's because, like, the, the, the more I'm uncovering, the deeper down the rabbit hole I'm going, the more important this has become, that everything happens at the right time. And I'm sorry we're not in America, but it's like, look what I was about to take us to. Like, did you really want to be in America while it's in this condition? They're literally like on the brink of a revolution, and Canada would have had my children lined up for legalised execution because of my son contemplating his sexuality and, dealing with this, that and the other thing. They would have 100% have been offered euthanasia had we have taken them to Canada. So it's like, I just, everything keeps pointing me back to Great Britain. It's like, even my candle, when I lit my candle, when I made that candle, it pointed to the southeast, and I was laughing, saying, look, it's heading straight to London. I keep having dreams. I keep getting pulled, and it's like to the one place I don't want to get involved in, and that's politics. I don't want to be a politician. I don't want to be in that world because it's too dirty. It's too corrupt. There are very few people in politics that actually care about representing the people, and for the ones that try and stand out, they immediately get swarmed by the ants, by the fire ants, and it's not fair because it's like, the voice of the single was being drowned out by the voice of the many, but people need to understand that it's the voice of the many that's going to drown out the voice of the one. And I keep saying to people, don't deal with taking your signatures to Parliament, take them straight to the King. Petition the King. You have the legal right as a citizen, as a taxpayer, as a voter, to take your petition straight to the King. You can go over the heads of your Parliament. Keir Starmer does not have the legal right to stop an election. Only MPs can decide whether they call for an election, and they petition the king to do it. They go to the king and they say to the king, we have no confidence in this prime minister, we need another general election. Then the prime minister can either run again and try and prove himself, or the king can remove him from power. Parliamentarian law sits below sovereign law. The king has the final say over everything Parliament does. The people inside Parliament speak on behalf of the voters, of the people in their constituency and all of that. So, but the king answers to God. And if you use God's law and nature's law or natural law to petition the king, under those two laws in the Magna Carta, he is legally obligated to protect his people from, I think it's called the rogue state. It means that the government's gone rogue and they're a threat to the civil liberties of Great Britain. I don't even know if I think that's a term they would use in British law. I know it's an American term. And the rights and freedoms of, the people of Great Britain, and therefore the king has the right to shut everything down and then let the people have another election. If the king doesn't do that, he's breaking God's law and nature's law, which means under the Magna Carta, the people then have the right to legally remove the king from his throne. Okay, that's great. Abolish the king, not my king, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, you don't understand what people don't understand, the reason why the elites in that, the reason why these people are trying to go to war with Russia. And, if you look at like France and Germany and that, I've been able to prove that these are all nations where they wanted to reinstate their sovereignty. There were discussions about bringing kings and queens back into their countries because they bring a certain level of stability when there's someone watching over the government. If everyone's all on the same page, sort of thing, in the times of rule where the monarchy actually got on with the parliament and the people, and believe me, it did happen because my Egyptian ancestors we brought democracy to Iran and Iraq. We have places named after us because of the love and the respect that they like. And it was you can be Muslim, but you can be democratic as well. We built hospitals and schools and stuff like that. As royal households, we worked with the people. I'm not saying we were perfect. I know that my ancestors more than likely had slaves, especially, Māori and all of that, but I'm trying to make up for all of that now as the one chosen to try and correct the karmic wrongs that my ancestors have done. I'm now fighting to try and save the British monarchy, of which my ancestors are also a part of, especially Scottish and Irish. I'm helping try and pay off a lot of karmic debt by bringing the Commonwealth together, because we need to come together to protect our king, guys. Because if they get rid of the monarchy, and they've been trying since Queen Victoria, I can promise you that now. I've done the investigation. They invent viruses to try and kill off the royal family, and this latest one, Pegasus, is designed to go after the children. And it's everything that I said. It's everything I warned the king about. He's on the brink of losing everything. They're talking about bringing back the death penalty. If he's no longer king, he could, I said to him, go the way of King Louis. And I'm trying to wake him up and I'm trying to warn him. And it's like it's gotten to the point where I think the only way I'm going to be able to achieve what I want to get out of this is if I run for Prime Minister. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I keep coming back to it over and over and over and over again. I know how to protect the king. If we don't protect the king, excuse me, I've just had my breakfast. If we don't protect the monarchy, we're going to go the way of communism. We'll become like socialists, like we'll end up with dictators. It's already going that way. They don't have what you need to understand, Great Britain, is that, see this whole we're going to force mandatory IDs and that? They don't have the legal right to do that because that goes against natural law. Natural law, which is above the king, right? So no law that the king brings out is higher than God's law and natural law. Natural law is the law that says no government can tell a Englishman, or can tell a Brit, I think, or just say Englishman, how what they do with their money, how they protect their home, how they protect their family, and how they protect their lands. So by forcing digital ID, they're breaking natural law. They don't have the legal right to force anything on you for any reason, including vaccinations. The government, under natural law, cannot force you to do anything you don't want to do that infringes on your employment rights, your landowner rights, your homeowner rights, and your rights as a man and woman, protecting and defending your children, including your property and your pets. No, the British government can't tell you what to do with any of those things. They can only tell you what to do in times of when the country is under threat, when your area is under threat. They help make the laws to protect you